actual test either.
Okay, the review for Chapter 5 test. This is a short review. It's not going to take us long. If you want to practice, you can do your chapter review and your chapter test down the book. The extra credit. And this is just showing you what's going to be on the test. It's not a lot of practice. Number 1, and it won't be multiple choice. This is multiple choice, but your test won't be. Number 1, 10 to 22. You're just going to put 10 over 22. What does the directions say?
To do it in the lowest terms.
In lowest terms.
So it would be
Divide by 2.
5/11.
5 over 11. Okay? Number 2, 20 to 70. $20 to $70. Okay?
Okay, so you do want us to reduce it, okay.
Yeah, lowest terms reduced. Divide by 10, you got 2 over 7. That's reduced. Number 3, it says to write of the fraction in lowest terms. Same thing, but be sure to make sure you do all the necessary conversions. Remember, they have to be like dollar, or this says feet and inches. So you need to do the conversions before you put it into the ratio. Okay, we're going to the smallest unit. You always want to take it to the smallest unit. So feet, you're going to take to inches. So 5 feet. Okay. Remember how you do it? There's inches and there's feet. 1 foot is 12 inches. So 5 times 12 gives you 60. So now we have 60 inches instead of 5 feet. We have 60 inches to 80 inches. So that's going to be 60 over 80. Divide by 10, you have 6 over 8. That's still not reduced, is it? 6 over 8 will divide by 2, right? Divide by 2, you get 3 to 4. That's reduced. I should probably just cover up the answers and do it where I have more room to work. Okay, 14 minutes to 5 hours. We want to go to the smaller unit, which is the minutes, right? 5 hours, we want to go to minutes. So hours to minutes. 1 hour is how many minutes?
60.
So you're multiplying 5 times 60. So 300 minutes. Okay, so you have 14 minutes to 300 minutes. Now that they're both the same unit, you'll have 14 to 300. To reduce that, what can you divide by? 2?
Yeah.
And you can't divide anything there. So that's as far as you go. Okay, number 5. The table below shows the amounts of pollutants in parts per million in a sample of rainwater. Here they are. Find the ratio of pollutant D to pollutant B. D to B. The D first to the B second. So it'll be 9 over 27. What can you divide by?
3. 9.
9 would be better, right? 1 over 3, and that's as far as you can go. For the given figure, find the ratio of the length of the longest to the shortest. Okay, so looking at ABC, you have to look at these numbers, not these links here. Look at these numbers to see which one's the longest. That would be A. And which one's the shortest? B. So we're doing A to B, which is 19 to 9. So 19 over 9, will that reduce? No, it won't reduce. It's 19 14/9. Okay, number 7. Bob is 28 years old, Susan is 32. Find the ratio of his to hers. His 28 to hers 32.
Right.
Don't forget to reduce it. Okay, so 28 over 32, what can you divide by?
You can divide by 4, I think.
4 would be 7 over
8.
8. So 7 over 8, that doesn't reduce. Okay, write the following in a rate, as a rate, in lowest terms. So you have 14 cars for 84 people, you need cars per person, okay? Cars for how many people? So you have 14 cars for 84 people. You're just reducing this, okay? What can you divide 14 and 84 by?
2.
2. Okay, divide by 2 is 7. Divide this by 2 is
22.
42.
42?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you have 7 cars for 42 people. Can that divide
Mhm.
by
7.
So you have
But-
1 car. 7 into 42, 6 people. Okay, Dana?
No, I was just gonna say that the 7 and the 42 could reduce further, and then you went ahead and did it, so.
Yeah. 1 car for every 6 people. Okay, next is unit rate. That means for every one of something. So if you have 165 miles on 5 gallons, you're gonna have miles per gallon. Miles divided by gallons. So do 165 divided by 5, and that'll tell you how many miles per gallon. Is that about 35? 33 miles per gallon. Or you could write miles over gallons, whatever you want to do. This is miles over gallons, but MPG is just as good.
Okay, now wait, I'm confused. How did,
We did the top, 165,
uh-huh.
divided by 5.
So you just turned it into a whole number,
Yeah.
or a
And
mixed
it
number,
can be a
whichever.
decimal. A lot of times when you drive so many miles and you put the gallons in your tank, you're not working with whole numbers. You stopped at that gas station, that stopped your miles. And when you stop the gas, you may stop it on the whole dollar, but you don't usually stop it on the whole gallon. So you're usually dividing your, how many miles you went divided by the decimal in gallons. But this one actually happened to come out a whole number. It doesn't always. But do top divided by the bottom. It'll give you the unit rate. Okay, fill in the table. The table needs how many miles are driven, and the table needs miles per gallon. Okay, if you have the beginning and ending miles, take the big one, the ending miles minus your beginning miles. So you got 53,742, subtract 53,312. So you went 430 miles. That's one of your answers, 430 miles driven. Now, miles per gallon, you need to do miles divided by gallons. So you'll do 430 divided by 16.3. See, that came out more normal, like it normally would be with a decimal. Move your decimal on the outside, move your decimal on the inside. Now we're dividing by 163. So that's probably going to go 2 times right here, because it's going to be a 3-digit number. Could have got the 0 there. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 2, 3. And that will go another 163. We know the 2's right. Okay, so 10 minus 6, we have to borrow.
104, right?
Yep, 104. See, it wouldn't have went another time. Put your 0 down here.
That's where I got it.
Is it 8? 163 times 8. 24. There's 48. There's 50. 5, 6, or 8, 9, 2, 9, 12, 13. 8's too big, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it to me. I would probably go, it looks like even 7's gonna be too big though.
Yeah,
I would probably go to a
6.
6.
18, 36, 37, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, I put the 8 up here because I believe somebody, but that's okay. 6 times 163 is 978. Okay, we need to borrow. 3's not going to be big enough for 7, so borrow again, make that 9. 10 minus 8 is 2, 13 minus 7, 6, so 62. We might as well go decimal because it looks like they went at least to the 10th. Yeah, the 10th right here.
Yeah.
It says round to the 10th. That means we need to go 2 places. Okay.
That's gonna-
163 into 620.
It's gonna be a 0. Because it's not, oh wait, oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking,
How
so
about
here was,
3?
never mind. I got my numbers mixed up.
It's too big for 4. 163 times 3. 18. 4. So it's 3. 3 times 163 is 489. Subtract. We need to borrow again. 121.
Okay, wait. So I would probably go to 7 because 13, 8 is
Yeah,
just a
this
little bit
isn't
too
very
big. No,
Now 6 is small and 8's too big, so we'll go to 7.
I'd go to 7.
7 times 3 is 21. 42, 44, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it went 7 times. And we don't really need to subtract because we've done all we need to do up here. We're doing to the 10th, so it's 26.4. Because
Yeah.
the 7 will round it to the 0.4.
Right.
So the answers were 430 for this, and for the nearest 10th, it's 26.4 miles per gallon, right? So that would have been C on this, but yours isn't going to be multiple choice. Okay, find the best value. Okay, brand X, 16 ounces for $2.24. Brand Y, 12 ounces for $1.44. How do you find how much you're buying there, your unit rate? You're going to do the dollar amount divided by how much is in it. 224 divided by 16. This one will be $1.44 divided by 12. Right? All right. So let's do that. 224 divided by 16. One time here. What, there's a decimal here, right? Decimal should come up to the answer. 1 times 16 is 16. When you borrow, it's 6. Bring the 4 down. 16 times 1 is 64. 4, exactly. It's 24.
Right.
So it's exactly 4 right here. Right? 16 times 4 is 64. So that one's 14 cents. Okay, the other one $1.44, divide that by 12. 12 into 14 is 1. 12 into 24,
2.
2.
Brand B is actually cheaper. Our brand Y is.
Y, yeah. 12 cents per ounce instead of 14 cents per ounce. So that would be brand Y. Okay, number 12. David's net pay per week at the video store was $16.15. If he worked 15 hours that week, what was his net pay rate? You want dollars per hour, right? What was his pay? Dollars per hour. Dollars for 15 hours. So if you do that divided by 15, it's going to give you dollars per hour. So 60/15 divided by 15. Bring that decimal up. 15 into 60. He wasn't making much, was he? 4 times 15 is 60. Okay, into 1? 0. Into 15 is 1. So he was making $4.01 an hour. I think they should update this because that's, yeah, he's getting ripped off. Unless he's just working for cash and he's a little kid, maybe. Okay. 12 children is to 66 bicycles as 2 children is to 11 bicycles. You're writing a proportion. You can write children out here and bicycles down here. You put 12 to 66 equals 2 children to 11 bicycles. You can do it like that, or you can write children bicycles after both of them. See, they put children bicycles after both of them. This is how I taught you put it in the front. Then you don't have to write it twice. So 12 children to 66 bicycles is the same as 2 children to 11 bicycles. Number 14.
That would be number C, right?
That would be C.
That's what I thought.
Number 14. Determine whether it's true or false, the proportion. Is this true or false? It says
That
to
would be
determine it by writing in
125,
those
no.
terms, but you can do it any way you want to find it out. You can reduce this down by dividing by 5. Would be 5 into 25 is 5. 5 into 60 is 6. 5/6 is not the same as 3/5. But that's by doing it in lowest terms. What I showed you before, it works all the time. 5 times 25,
125.
125. 30 times 3, 90. If that's
Okay,
not
so you
equal,
could have done it that way.
you could have done it that way. It said to do lowest terms, but I'm just going to look at your answer. So do it either way you want. So it's not a proportion. You'll probably put no or whatever, because there won't be an AB on it. Okay, number 15. Find the cross product. That's where you multiply up to determine if it's a proportion. You have 0.21 times 0.5. Let's write the whole thing here. Okay, 0.21 times 0.5.
Yeah.
5 times 1, 5 times 2, 1, 2, 3 numbers. So that's 0.105. Now do the 0.14 times 0.6. 6 times 4 is 24, 6, 7, 8. That's definitely not a proportion, is it? Okay.
Okay, but they are out.
So that was the 2 answers we got, and it was false. Find the unknown. 1 over 2 equals x over 7. Multiply, divide. So 1 times 7 is 7, divided by 2 is like 7 over 2. So it'd either be this, or you would say 3 and what? 2 goes into 7 3 times, and 1/2. So
Okay, they don't have it
this
written
is
as 1/2 though.
3.5, yeah. But you're gonna be
Oh,
right
3
next.
point- okay.
I'm gonna be, if you put 3.5 and I see a 3.5, it's still right. Okay, 45 over x equals 5 over 1/9. Multiply, divide. 45 times 1/9, you're dividing by 5. Okay, so 45 times 1/9, and then you're going to multiply by the reciprocal. You can do a lot of dividing there. Divide by 9,
Yeah.
1, divide by 9, 5.
And now you can also reduce the 2 5s.
Divide by 5. So we have 1s everywhere, huh? 1 over 1 is 1. Or you could have just did 45 times 1 is 45, and then had over 45. Still be 1. You didn't have to do the canceling. So that's just 1. Number 18. Okay, we have 11 over 70. Over 0.2 equals 0.11 over x. It's telling you to do it 2 ways, a decimal form and a fraction form.
Oh, they want us to do it 2 ways.
Right. How are you going to turn this into a decimal?
Right, 11 by 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
11 divided by 70 goes 1, 40. 7 into 40 is about 5. 5 is 0. 5 times 7 is 35. 7 into 50, about
No,
7.
7.
49, right? 7 into 100, 70s is 1. This is very long. 70 into 30, 300,
It's
4
gonna be- yeah.
is 28. Is it ever going to end? 70 into 200,
2.
60.
That's going to be an 8.
8 times 7 is 56. Hey, we had a 40 back here, huh? Hey, what did we put when it was that? We put
35.
So this is where it's going to start repeating. 5, 7, 1, 4, 2, 8. So right there where it started repeating, you can just put a line there. This is going to be a very long problem, multiplying. Actually, you're going to have this times this, and you're going to have to divide by that. This is crazy. So you're going to have 0.2 times 0.11, which is 0.022. You're going to divide that by this that doesn't even end. Yeah, crazy. So, if you have one that's that long, let me know. I'll just let you do the fraction of it. 0.022 divided by 0.1571428. That comes out to 0.14. That's We're done. All those numbers. You know what? It's going to be so much easier when you do fractions. Let's turn these two into fractions.
11 over 100.
11 over 100.
And 2 over 10.
2 over 10. Or 1/5. We believe it 2/10. So we're going to multiply 2/10 times 11 over 100. So we do that times that. We'll be dividing by this, which is multiplying by the reciprocal, right? So we'll times it by 70 over 11. That's going to be a lot easier.
Cancel it all out.
Yeah, divide by 11.
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2.
Yeah, that'll be
Minus 10.
The 10 will
By
reduce
10.
into the 70.
750.
Or 14 over 100, which is 1400. That's reduced. So this one, you don't have to show all that work, okay? If you want to borrow a little calculator, if it's long, I'll let you borrow a little calculator for that one. I use one. Okay. That would have been this one right here, A. 19. Oh my God, we have words and numbers. What are we going to do?
Skip it.
No, we're not.
Wow, yes.
On a map of the Fox River, 1 centimeter represents 4.5 kilometers. If the trail by a river is actually this many kilometers, what's the length of the river? What are the two units?
1 centimeter in kilometers.
Centimeters and kilometers. That's what you're going to do when you have a word problem. See what the numbers represent. They're centimeters and kilometers. So we have 1 centimeter represents 4.5 kilometers. What's the other number in?
1530 kilometers.
In kilometers. So we're going to put it on the bottom, right? That's why we do this. 15.30 kilometers. So you're going to multiply these and divide by this. When you get an answer, what's it going to be in?
Centimeters.
Centimeters. It'll be that many centimeters. So 15.3, 15.30 times 1 is that, divided by 4.5. Move the decimal, move the decimal. 45 into 153. 3? 3 times 5 is 15. That's 12 and 1 is 13. 180. 4 times 5, 20, 16, 17, 18. So 3.4 centimeters is what? How many centimeters on the map would be that many? 3.4 centimeters. See? That's right. If the company prints 93 lines in 5 seconds, how many lines can it print per minute?
93 over 5.
Okay, we want
It'll
to
be
per
lines over
minute.
minutes, right? I mean, lines over seconds, right?
Okay, if we put lines, we're going to convert the minute to seconds, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, lines over seconds. Because we know lines in seconds.
93 over 5.
93 lines in 5 seconds.
X over.
How many lines in a minute is 60 seconds, right? 60 times 93. 5580, and divide that by 5. So, is it 1116? 1116, right. number 20. Number 21. Looks like your homework, doesn't it? Yeah,
Very close.
There's like a recipe for 12 servings. This is how much water, how much oil, nuts, brownie mix. Okay, so it wants you to find the amount of water for 16 servings. You've got 12 servings, and how much water? I wrote through it, sorry, 3 tablespoons. You need to put water, servings, or servings water, either way. Okay, so you can put 3 here for water. You either need to put tablespoons here or over here, so you'll know that it's going to be in tablespoons, okay? You put big T if that'll help, 3 tablespoons. For 12 servings. So how much water for 16 servings? 16 times 3 divided by 12. 16 times 3 is 48. Divide that by 12. Comes out to exactly 4 what? Tablespoons of water. Okay?
So you multiply it first, then you divide it.
Multiply it and then divide. Okay, number 22. The ratio of distances of a 7-iron and a 5-iron will drive a golf ball. Okay, the distances this and this will drive a golf ball is. The ratio is 5 to 6. This one's confusing. You really got to pay attention, okay? You've got a 7-iron and a 5-iron. The ratio of the distances of this and this is 5 to 6.
Excuse me.
Okay? If a golfer averages, bless you,
Thank you.
120 yards with a 7-iron. If you don't put this over here, you're not going to know where to put that.
Okay, so the label that we're going to use for this is going to both be iron. One's going to be 7 and one's going to be 5.
Yeah, these are 2 different golf clubs. This is a 7-iron and here's a 5-iron. The 7-iron will make it go 5 and the 5-iron will make it go 6. The 5-iron makes it go farther. So if we know how far it goes with the 7-iron, we know the other one will be farther. So we're going to put 120 yards where the 7-iron is, on top.
Okay.
Okay? So you have to put this so you know where to put it. Otherwise you'll say, oh, well, I've seen a lot of people mess up on this problem. So pay attention, okay? 120 times 6, and then divide by 5. $720 divided by 5.
144.
5 into 7 is 1. 5 into 22 is 4. 5 into 20 is 4. So 144 what?
144 yards.
This was in yards, so this will be in yards.
So that'll be the
Okay,
second
some more
estimate.
words. The ratio of height to width on a package is 5 to 19. What are our labels going to be?
Height and width.
Height to width. Right. Height to width is 5 to 19. If the height is 1.5 inches, that's the height, right? 1.5 inches. So we know this will be in inches, right? What is the width? So multiply those two, divide by 5. So 15 times 19, and then you divide by 5.
1.5 times 90.
Oh, 1.5, yeah, sorry.
Let's see. Hold on 1 minute.
And that's gonna end up to be 5.7 inches. Right there. Okay, 24. Provide appropriate response. Is the best buy? Is the lowest cost per unit always the best value? If it's cheaper, is it always a better value?
No.
Yes.
And if it's not always a better value, give an example and explain why. So somebody tell me why something cheaper may not be the better value.
Well, because a lot of times that you will have more in the more expensive one, and it'll actually end up costing you cheaper.
Other lot, what do we-
More?
No, backwards.
If you're doing it per ounce, then price per unit per ounce, if you're getting more ounces, you know, you get more ounces for the same dollars, that's usually better, but not always, is it?
No,
What about,
no.
have you ever bought a really, really cheap soap? Like a
Yes.
really cheap dish soap that you have to
With the
keep
whole bottle.
squirting it in there? The bubbles keep going away? Or a laundry soap that you have to use extra because it's so weak?
Quality might not be.
Yeah. If you're buying something that's super cheap, the value may be, you know, the value may be the same as the price. A cheap price, a cheap product. So this is, the lowest cost per unit is not always the best value. It's no, because you may end up using more, or something like that. However you want to say it. How about 25? Can we set up a proportion to solve this? Alice is 9 years old. Her hair is 8 inches. So if we said like her age and her hair in inches. So she's 9 years old. Her hair is 8 inches. So how long will her hair be when she's 19 years old?
You can't set it up,
No way, huh? Why?
because you don't know how long her hair's gonna grow day to day, or year to year.
You don't know how long it'll grow? No. What if she cuts it, huh? She could cut it a lot of times between now and then too. So you cannot, no. Can't be set up. Because of the cutting the hair and all that.
Well,
That's
you
the
could
end of
set it up without thinking that she's gonna.
You can set it up, but it's not gonna be accurate.
Well, I think the problem
It would
is
be an estimate.
asking whether or not, if she, you know, if she just lets it grow without cutting it.
It says, can you set a proportion to solve it? Is it definitely gonna solve it?
If she never cuts it.
No. You don't know, because she may eat something that helps her hair grow faster. Or if she gets sick, it may stop growing. She may get cancer and be on chemo and have to start all over.
Especially coming
We
in
don't
as an
know what's
estimate.
gonna happen with her hair. It's
Well, also, if you don't trim your hair will develop the dead ends and it'll quit growing.
yeah.
Yeah, that
So you don't know. It will not solve it. You can set one up, but it's not gonna solve it. It doesn't say, can you set one up? It says, can you set one up to solve the problem? So nope, it won't work. And that's the end of the review.